let's get back to Dean Johnson, because before we move off the whole personal, right? Because when you talk about your husband in the book, it's always Dean Johnson. It's never just my husband or Dean or DJ. It is always Dean Johnson, as though he holds this special place of reverence in your life. And I get the sense, I get the sense from the book that, you know, he really did change your life, and it's quite a special relationship. But after reading all this stuff about Dean Johnson.
Oh, I'm tearing up a little bit. Okay, yeah.
And I don't mean to make you cry. But,
I will not cry.
He's here, right?
He wouldn't be. I know he's so busy at work.
No, I wondered if Dean Johnson had any regrets about the personal stuff, or how he reacted to your book.
No, he was so fucking supportive. I can't even tell you. In fact, a lot of the book, I feel like I have so much, like, I used to cry all the time before I met him, but I cried at like sad things or because I was frustrated. Now I cry all the time because I'm so happy all the time, and I'm so like filled. I feel like I have, like, he opened this emotional like box inside me, but I read to him everything I was writing, and it was always like, is this cool? Can I write this? What do you think about this? So he was really supportive, but he also was the one in the beginning when I first sold my book idea. I was like, woo, I sold a book, whatever, I'm gonna write a book now. And he'd be like, what'd you do today? Did you write today? And I'd be like, no, I'm totally gonna write tomorrow. I went to lunch with Kelly, and then we ended up having to run some errands together, and I went with her. You have to write your book. This is your job. You're getting paid to write a book. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, so it's different than when you have to show up on set and your call time is 6 a.m.
Right.
Like,
you have
make
to
your own
self-start.
You have to make your own call time. And I'm like, fine. Fine, I'll write my book then.
But Dean Johnson was right.
He was right. And then the last chapter I wrote was not the last, it's not the last chapter in the book, but the last chapter that I wrote was the chapter about him. And I remember finishing it. I finished it at a pizza place in Hollywood. I wrote my book in the weirdest places. But I went and I ordered pizza, and I like finished that chapter about him and how much I love him. And then I called him and I was like, meet me at Bowery, which is like the bar we love in Hollywood. And so he met me at Bowery, and I was like, it's the last chapter of my book and I want you to read it. And he read it. And
he did. Right? It sounds like we have the bones of a romantic comedy here.
Oh, Dean.
Called Dean Johnson.
Dean Johnson, Private Eye.
Right.
He's not a private eye.
We're going to get canceled if we talk anymore about Dean Johnson.
Okay, we'll stop.
Okay.